Okay, greetings everyone. Welcome, and today I would like to explain a little bit about my clean technology course assignment, which is a summary of cleaner production toward a better future, Chapter 1 by Da Silva and Gouveia of 2020. And please allow me to introduce myself first. My name is Faith Nadine Ramantoro, and I will be explaining a little bit from this chapter of the book. Okay, so first things first, what exactly is cleaner production? So, first of all, the first definition of cleaner production was introduced by UNEP IEO in 1990, where it says that the continuous application of an integrated preventive environmental strategy applied to processes, products, and services to increase the overall efficiency and reduce risks to humans and the environment. And they also updated it in 1998, where they mentioned that the continuous application of an integrated preventive strategy applied to processes, products, and services in pursuit of economic, social, health, safety, and environmental benefits. So, in general, and in various authors have mentioned that cleaner production in general is basically any strategies, designs, or actions that are applied in processes, products, and services with the goal or design for a win-win position where not only becomes the process itself becomes more profitable, but it also takes preventive measures to ensure sustainability. What does it mean by preventive measures? Is that not only do we focus on sustainability, but also to increase the overall efficiency. So, in general, this is related to pollution prevention. In the case where, because we have a situation in which many of the world has previously, in previous industries, not cared much about the environment. Uh, because of this, we have a lot of things to consider, especially regarding the future capabilities of the future generation to enable to enable them to fulfill their needs in the future. So here I also mentioned that Cleaner Production by Fresner in 1998 mentioned that cleaner production principles, the actors are the companies themselves who control over these production processes. And these companies themselves are affected by both the customers and the policy that applies. So first of all, we're going to discuss about the customers. So, people of the general public, especially recently in 2025 and recent years, that many of the people have become more aware of pressing environmental issues, causing for an increase in sustainable product demand, which means that more people are becoming aware of pressing issues and sustainability, how important it is for us to start become more aware of what we are consuming and how much we are consuming so that we can become more responsible in what we consume, how we manage uh, byproducts or waste, and etc. etc. And because of this, many of the customers or demands are shifting towards environmentally friendly or sustainable products. This gives more incentive for companies to become sustainable or environmental friendly because this means that customers will flock or be more attracted to products or services that are generally more environmentally friendly. Uh, and here are for the policies, or in other words, the governments or regulators. So, regulations and strict enforcement is very necessary to ensure that the companies implement cleaner production. This is because without the enforcement or the regulations, the companies will have no purpose or strong incentive to implement cleaner production, especially with the initial high cost to adopt new technologies or perhaps to change the strategy, as many of the people are still at a comfortable with the conventional situation that they have. And for the second point is that without the government support, i.e., grants or promotion or training or any support in the form of perhaps in the form of funds or even training or supplementaries. Uh, uh, Without those, the companies are less interested in the shift and they will have difficulties to adapt with the new regulations. And as I mentioned before, most of the companies or management are usually more comfortable with what they have right now, which are conventional technology, and typically they are less sustainable. And as well, technology, equipment, and the knowledge or the know how must be readily available at a competitive price or availability, so that this would be an easier shift so that everyone knows how to and it's easy to adapt these technologies and strategies. So here is the small figure of how the shift has been occurring. So what I mentioned by preventive versus reactive is that environmental management has shifted since the uh, 19th century. In general, at first, we don't have that much regard for the environment in the initial stages. And then from then on, we start to become more aware. At first, it's by dilution and dispersion, which means diluting the waste with less harmful substances before releasing it to the environment. And then there's end of pipe treatment, which is basically reducing the pollution by treating it at the end of the process, which means end of pipe. And then now we're already at the stage for cleaner production and so on. So, as I mentioned before, usually for disregard for the environment is mostly because there are a lot of hazardous emissions, toxic waste generation, and overconsumption of natural resources that are unsustainable. And it has impacted both the environment and humanity's quality of life. And because of that, uh, and also because of end of pipe treatment was only a reactive approach in which it was only handling the waste or the problem after it already occurred. Usually it's less effective and there are irreversible effects that still happens. In comparison, cleaner production is a preventive approach. So it prevents the waste from being generated in the first place and it increases the eco efficiency, which means it improves sustainability and improves competitiveness and uh, productivity without sacrificing the sustainability itself. So ISO 14001 in 2015 has already applied a lot of improvements that could be applied for environmental management, which include the various of continuous growth towards environmental concern and sustainability, compliance to the placed rules, effects of the company performance towards the external conditions or situations, and able to understand the stakeholder needs and expectations, and the commitment to improve the leadership so that the company itself can ensure the proper strategic steering towards these policies, the commitments to apply these actions and strategies, the legal requirements are provided, and the government to be supporting these shifts, and to determine the risk and opportunities, explicitly consider the entire product life cycle, assessment of environmental performance, continuous improvement to understand and analyze the key performance indicators, and also corrective actions over preventive actions in which evaluation is needed. And here, as I mentioned before, that we have continuously continued to grow from waste disposal to pollution control, and then recycling, waste management, pollution prevention, cleaner production, and finally to industrial ecology. So, as we've already mentioned before about end of pipe treatment, which still continues in waste disposal and pollution control. But as we come closer here to cleaner production, these include recycling and also reusing processes where usually the waste are reused or shifted to another product before to control the pollution that is produced. And this is very much applied in industrial ecology, where it is now on a macro scale, including multiple companies where they form an industrial ecosystem. This is a situation where one's company's process or waste is another process input in a way that every process or in companies can be integrated with one another. This is very important and it is the goal of many industries at this time and what we are going to at this current time. That is all from me. Thank you very much.